You've heard this before, that the average adult needs 2,000 calories a day. But here's the truth. That number isn't your number. It's a rough marketing guideline, not a personalized plan. And if you're trying to lose weight, that assumption can stall your progress for months. In an earlier video, I walked you through how to calculate your body fat percentage and your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. That's how you find out your maintenance calories, the amount that your body needs just to stay where it is. Because until you know that, you can't safely create a calorie deficit. And without a deficit, you won't lose weight. So let's talk about those official food guides while we're on the subject. Have you ever noticed how many of them, like the Canada Food Guide, is carb heavy? I mean, look at this plate. 3/4 of it's carbs. Whole grains, cereals, pasta, fruit juices. And check this graphic out. Again, visually, they'd like you to believe that whole grain, cereals, and pastas should make up the lion's share of your daily food intake. All carbs. Mostly broken down quickly by your body, leaving you hungry again fast. Next, the fruits and veggies. Healthy, sure, but still carbs. The protein? It's a tiny section down there near the bottom. I'll be the first to say this. Carbs are not your enemy. They're fuel. They're important. But for most of us, especially if weight loss or blood sugar control is your goal, that chart should be flipped upside down. Here's why. Protein and healthy fats keep you fuller longer. Carbs, they burn fast. You'll be hungry again in no time. And hunger isn't just willpower, it's biology. You've got billions of bacteria living in your gut, and one strain loves sugar. Feed it and it multiplies. And in return, it makes your body release ghrelin, the hunger hormone. That's the rumble in your stomach. That's the craving that makes you reach for another muffin or latte. So when you cut back on sugar and carbs, that bacteria dies off. But it's not extinction, just balance. And suddenly you're not craving junk all day. Think about a typical North American breakfast. Toast and jam, pancakes, cereal, fruit juice, a muffin and a double-double. You wake up and within an hour you've loaded your system with carbs and sugar. By 10 a.m., you're shaky, distracted, craving a snack. So you grab a donut, a granola bar, another coffee, more sugar, more insulin. Then lunch rolls around, maybe your first actual protein of the day, but is buried between two sides of a bun and drowned in mayo and sporting a side of French fries. So again, mostly carbs. And hey, I'm not judging. That was my life for years. But here's what I learned. You can't expect results from what you don't inspect. And if you don't know how many calories your body needs, and you don't know how many calories you're eating, you're just guessing. And that's how we've ended up with an obesity and diabetes epidemic in Canada. Most of us aren't diabetic. We become that way. Why? Insulin resistance. Every time you eat carbs, your body produces insulin to manage blood sugar. Over time, your body gets used to it. It needs more insulin to get the same effect. That's resistance. Eventually, your body can't keep up. That's when blood sugars rise and diabetes creeps in. Quietly, often with no symptoms until it's too late. I was almost there myself. My blood work showed me in the pre-diabetic range. I had no idea. But I turned the ship around, not by dieting harder, but by resetting my body's sensitivity to insulin. If you've ever felt hangry, shaky, irritable, that's not just mood. That's your body's chemicals craving cycle. It's addiction. And food companies know this. They design products to keep you hooked. They even joke about it. Remember those candy bar commercials about being hangry? Yeah. They're literally selling you the problem and the fix. And they've trained us since childhood with slogans like, part of a complete breakfast, while showing bowls of sugar, bread, and juice. The marketing is brilliant. The outcome? Not so much. So no, carbs aren't evil. But when your day starts and ends with them, your metabolism never gets a break. And you need to reset your system. rebuild insulin sensitivity, and retrain your body to burn fat instead of just chasing sugar. That's what we'll cover in my next video, how to actually reset and break the cycle. If this hits home for you, drop a comment below and tell me your biggest takeaway. Hit that like button. Share this with somebody who's always hangry. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because your health journey deserves better than guessing.